What's going on, guys? It's Dramon and I'm pumped because tomorrow, finally, the wait is over. The NBA season begins, which means NBA Talk is back. And on this episode, we're going to be making our way too early season award predictions. So without further ado, let's just play that sweet, sweet music. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Derrick Rose. Yes, these are all guys who have won the league's most valuable player. And last year, we had our first ever unanimous MVP, meaning all the MVP voters voted for this man in first place, that being Stephen Curry. But that doesn't mean he should have been the only league's unanimous MVP because, quite frankly, Shaq should have been unanimous, LeBron should have been unanimous, Jordan should have been unanimous, but they were just a couple of votes shy. In LeBron and Shaq's case, they were one vote shy. But the question is, who is going to be this season's MVP? There's a lot of great players to choose from. You got LeBron trying to win one more MVP before his body breaks down. Steph Curry trying to go back to back to back. Kevin Durant possibly getting a second MVP award. Or is it time for Kawhi Leonard to complete the set of winning Finals MVP and a regular season MVP? Well, none of these guys are my pick because I've made a conscious decision to sleep no more on Damian Lillard. Video game Dame. The guy is unstoppable. I can talk about his ability on the court, how he can shoot threes, drive, pass. All of that is great stuff, but what I think will get him a lot of MVP votes is his leadership. And if he can lead the Portland Trail Blazers to a fourth seed in the West, I think it's about as good as done that he will win the league MVP. And as we all know, the MVP winner isn't always the guy with the most impressive stats, but has the stats with a great feel-good story, just like how Derrick Rose beat LeBron James in 2011. The next award we're gonna talk about is Defensive Player of the Year, and a lot of experts and fans have been penciling in Rudy Gobert's name to win this award, but I don't think he's gonna play enough games to win, which is why I have Draymond Green as the 2016-17 Defensive Player of the Year. We all know that the Warriors lost Andrew Bogut and Harrison Barnes to get Kevin Durant, which is a pretty good swap if you ask me, but that just means that Draymond Green is gonna have a lot more of the defensive burden put on his shoulders. Yeah. And we should see the Warriors play a lot more small ball since they don't really have a lot of centers. Nope. And Andrew Bogut was a huge part of that defense last season. Yeah. And Draymond Green should be filling in that role as the last line of defense, and I think he's gonna do it at an extremely high level, and he probably should have won it last year. No hate on Kawhi, but come on, record-setting defense on a record-setting team. Yeah, sure, they lost, whatever, and he likes to kick balls, but that doesn't change my mind on Draymond Green being the 2016-17 Defensive Player of the Year. The next award we're talking about is the Jamal Crawford Award, aka the Sixth Man of the Year, and this was one of the hardest awards for me to predict, so I've narrowed it down to two guys, one of which may really surprise you. My first candidate is Andre Iguodala, and I really think Iggy or Sean Livingston should have won Sixth Man of the Year last season. And if you think I'm giving the 73-9 Warriors too much of last season's award, just play that back. 73-9 Warriors. They deserve a lot of credit regardless of what happened in the playoffs because these are regular season awards. See? Makes sense. I really like Iggy for this award because I think that the Warriors might struggle out of the gate and Iggy will come in the game to just beast and feast, shout out Chris Smoot, on the second unit of all of these teams. So that's why I have Iggy as one of my six-man candidates. My other candidate is my dark horse, and that's Brandon Jennings. You heard that right. I just said Brandon Jennings for Sixth Man of the Year because I really like him at the Mecca, MSG, New York, playing for the Knicks. He has a playground-like game and the crowd is gonna love it, and he's gonna love playing for the crowd. He did have a terrible season last year in Orlando, but if you remember before he blew out his Achilles in Detroit, he was playing very well after Detroit basically said see ya to Josh Smith, and he was throwing these ridiculous assists to Andre Drummond. I mean, just look at this.
Well, Pope finds Jennings. That's a different kind of alley-oop off the glass.
Imagine if he could do something similar with Porzingis in the Garden. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. But I also think a reason why he could win this award is because I think that Derrick Rose is gonna play anywhere between 60 to 65 games, which means Brandon Jennings will have a lot of opportunities to start, so he could bolster up those stats, but he'll still have the mandatory amount of games coming off of the bench to be eligible for this award. So yeah, it's kind of cheating, but I don't make the rules. I mean, picture this. Rose sits, Brandon starts in MSG, and he drops 30, 40, maybe 55 like he did as a rookie in Milwaukee. The crowd goes nuts. Spike Lee buys his jersey, names Jesus Shuttlesworth's kid after Jennings, and he got game 2, and boom, everything in the world is right. Next up, let's talk about Rookie of the Year, and usually this award is given to the rookie who scores the most amount of points, and since Ben Simmons is gonna be out for the beginning of the season, I'm gonna go with the guy who I think is gonna score the most this year, and that is Buddy Hield. The Pelicans have a terrible history with injuries to all of their players, including their franchise star, Anthony Davis, and he also might miss a couple of extra games this year with another injury, which just means that Buddy's gonna have a lot more opportunities to shoot the ball on a team that doesn't have a lot of shooting. I mean, he's already one of their best shooters and he's just a rookie. So I can definitely see Buddy getting a lot of playing time, especially since Drew Holiday might not come back for the remainder of the season. Hope everything is well for his family. Tyreek Evans always gets injured. Quincy Pondexter as well. So Buddy could have a couple of nights where he gets 30 plus points to where the NBA voters are just gonna be forced to give him this award. Last but not least, we're gonna talk about the dumbest NBA season award, and that is the most improved player. And as much as it pains me to say this, D'Angelo Russell's probably gonna walk away with this award. Last season for D'Angelo had a lot of ups and downs, with more downs than ups, and you could blame Byron Scott for this, you could blame Nick Young, you can even blame D'Angelo himself, but what you can't do is blame Kobe Bryant. I just won't allow it. But now that all of those things are in the past and you got a new coach, new energy, new excitement down there in Staples Center for the Lakers, the young baby Kobe Lakers, I can really see D'Angelo bouncing back and averaging something like 20 and 8 and 4 rebounds, and he's just gonna absolutely walk away with this award, given he shoots a good percentage. Because if he's just chucking shots and he has low percentage with those stats that I just mentioned, I don't think that'll be enough for him to win this award, and someone like Devin Booker will probably walk away with it. But if he has a good year on good percentages under Luke Walton, yeah, it's D'Angelo Russell's award to lose. Anyways, guys, that was my 2016-17 NBA season award predictions. We'll come back at the end of the year when the winners are announced to see how wrong I was. But until then, let me know what you think about my picks and leave your picks in the comment section below. My name's Jaron. Catch you in the next one. Peace. No, oh, it's another black leg sleeve. I'm digging this. Shout out to Point 3. They hooked it up with a black pair. I'm really excited I want to ball right now in these, because the next thing I want to talk about is the cushion. And the LeBron Zoom Witness uses 2 hex zoom units in the forefoot, and these are located at the red portion of the outsole. I'm not a huge fan of hex zoom, but I do prefer it over something like Lunar Lawn.